how do you feel jiu-jitsu impacts a person's mental health?
I think everybody's really different. I'd love to say that it heals everyone and fixes everyone, but at the end of the day, jiu-jitsu is an outlet for many things. But if you truly are struggling with the mental health, I think you should seek mental health profession. You probably need cognitive behavior therapy and all that good stuff, and obviously it's going to help. You know what I mean? But doing physical exercise and surrounding yourself with good people, mental health is a tough thing to break, and by break I just mean deal with and get into a position where you can have somewhat of a normal life. And I just think it helps majorly, but you got to do more than that still. So it's a huge step in the right direction. I think it helps more probably than most sports, probably all combined. It's got there's a lot of main things in jiu-jitsu. It's jiu-jitsu is a problem-solving sport. Some other sports are just muscle memory. You do what you do. With jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of problem solving that's going on. There's a lot of mental efforts that have to go into it. So, I think it's a huge, huge help. Unfortunately, I don't think it solves it and fixes it all, but I think it's a step in the right direction for anyone who's trying to make themselves mentally healthier.
So when you gave me the Daisy Fresh mats, which still freaking blown away by, but you told me you felt like those mats had saved more people than all the churches combined in the city. Can you get into that a little more specifically?
The world kind of it wants to help kids, especially. Obviously I'm a dad, I get that, but there's a lot of middle-aged people out there in the world that they're lost, man. It's like once you get out of high school, you've had the same friends, especially if you're from a small place. You know what I mean? Or you live in a small place now. There's a lot of people out there that live in small places, but you're kind of surrounded. I think the average person meets and has an actual conversation with less than 1,000 people in a lifetime. I believe that I read that. So I don't quote me on that as a for sure statistic, but I'm pretty sure that it's less than that.
That makes sense.
When with jiu-jitsu in general, it's after high school you lose your friends, you know what I mean, and you meet a significant other and you have a family and you work and you become an adult, and you get lost in life, and life is tough. It's hard, it's what you make it, but sometimes you don't have full control over situations that happen, paying bills and accidents and just problems, and it's stressful. And when you lose a lot of that, you lose yourself with that sometimes, falling in that you start working to live, or you're living to work. You know what I mean? It's just you work and you work and you work and you lose yourself, and you're doing it for the right reasons, for your family, but you just kind of lose yourself in the process of that. And I think coming to something like jiu-jitsu or an organized, like team thing, I think you get that back. You get that, that brotherhood, and that, and if, for the ladies too, it's like just you get the team thing back, just support, man. And it's nice to be surrounded by people that, we had a birthday party here at the gym tonight. Guy's 52, and he told me this is the best thing that's happened to me all year, just getting to be around my friends, and I think that we lose that as humans, and so not to get too far off, but to answer the question, I get a lot of lost souls, you know what I mean? And when they did the Daisy Fresh, it kind of highlighted that a little bit. It highlighted, I get a lot of military guys, and I get a lot of divorced guys and divorced women, and I get a lot of women who have been in abusive relationships, and they're just looking to be a part of something that's not only for support, but they want to give too.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people that have had something taken away from them, they're still the ones that want to give the most. You know what I mean? Because I think they're longing for that. And when I bought those mats, at first, I just wanted to build champions, world champions. That's all I cared about. I didn't have a kids program. I don't want a kids program. I don't want to be a kids coach. Still to this day, I don't want to do that. I love watching. Our kids are incredible. Our kids coaches are incredible. Our kids wrestling program is incredible. I'm not interested though. I show up, cheer for them, and whether they get 8th place or 1st place, I tell them, you looked incredible. I'm so proud of you. and then I go home and I'm good to go. No parents to deal with, no ups and downs. It's just being positive. You know what I mean? With adults, it changes a little bit. The dynamic changes a little bit. I wanted to work with people that I could coach the way I want to coach. I think what separates us from, imagine if Phil Jackson, for those that don't know, that's the greatest NBA coach of all time that coached Michael Jordan and then Kobe Bryant and the Lakers later, you know, the Bulls and the Lakers. Imagine him talking in the locker room. Imagine an NFL coach talking in the locker room and telling you, Paul, why are you sitting on the side of this mat? Get your fucking lazy ass out to the middle. I thought you wanted to be a world champion. Are you rolling like a world champion? Are you acting like a world champion? And then he would kick your ass all over the mat and cut you down and build you back up. If you did this in the jiu-jitsu world, there'd be a video of you and everyone would say what a horrible person you were. If you want to know what separates this sport from those big sports, A, millions of dollars, and B, it's that. It's hard for me to coach athletes and push them to their full potential when there are boundaries set by the culture of our sport that doesn't allow that. I don't give a fuck about those rules. I do whatever I want anyway, and that's why we have success. But as a whole, it's still really, really tough for people. Once again, not to get too far off, I have to figure this out with each individual that comes in here. Every person that walks into this gym to me is going to be a champion. But it's not about winning and being a world champion. Today, I answered probably 250 separate text messages about someone's girlfriend cheating on them, someone's boyfriend. They're not sure if what happened on this out-of-town trip is a real thing, and just family problems. Someone's aunt passed away. One of our students' brothers just died in a motorcycle crash. I get relationships with these people. My coach growing up told me you can't be friends with your students because they will take advantage of you, and sometimes it's true, but it's just who I am. And they pay their monthly membership, which was $50, by the way, here in Mount Vernon for 20 years. They just recently switched it to $100. It was $50. For that $50 a month, they got unlimited everything, unlimited friend, on top of coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think because of that, we're able to build a village of people that have that same attitude. You know, it's like people don't just come to me now when they have their problems. You know what I mean? It's like, and you have to be careful, coaches that are watching this out there, because you can become a doormat, for people, and they'll do that. It's just what humans do, So
Right.
You have to obviously set boundaries, but you have to find each individual, like Christian. We'll use Christian for example. Okay, Christian was extremely, extremely overweight. That's not a problem. But Christian had a past to where he had people tell him things they shouldn't, and he had not had people say things to him that they should have said to him, like they love him and that he is a good person and he's special and he's all these different things. And anyway, this draws in those types of people. They're looking to be a part of something. They're looking to be pushed. They're looking to be able to help. They want to give and they want to get back, and balancing that with building something special, that's tough. It's tough to do. Figuring that out is tough to do. It's a full-time job. But working at the factory is a full-time job too. You got to ask yourself, if you have a gym and you're wanting to build this, you want to build champions. Everyone thinks that they have a brotherhood at their gym. And then when someone leaves and opens up their own gym, they're the biggest piece of shit in the world and they can't believe that they did it. And how did this happen? And oh, poor me. It is what it is, man. I tell them here, hey, like, best of luck. We'll miss you. We love you. It is what it is. It's just jiu-jitsu at the end of the day, right? So how are you going to save lives through jiu-jitsu? How are those mats going to save more lives than a church? By having no judgments on people for what they are. I don't care what you do outside of the gym as long as you're a good person, meaning, you're just a good person. Let's just say that. And everybody knows what that means and what that doesn't mean. But it's not my business what you do with your, relationship or who you decide to do that with. It's not my business who you vote for. It's not my business on any of that stuff. I just try to keep the gym pure, a place where people come and they can leave their stress at the door. And as soon as this is done, they open that door, they'll pick that stress right back up. But I tried to make this place a place where they could come and be safe, be happy, be a part of something. And I think that saved a huge amount of lives. You know what I mean? If you watch the first Daisy Fresh, Andrew Wiltsey, Alejandro, Marshall Roberts, George Valadares, Jacob Brooks, they're all in that show, and those are the 5. There's more in the show, but I'm saying those 5 specifically, all 5 of them said, if I hadn't came to Mount Vernon, I would have killed myself. All 5 of them said that. So, you know what I mean? It's all of them have done well for themselves. They've gotten to a place where they were able to help other people, whether they decided to do that or not, or whatever they decided to do with their time, that was their choice. But we were able to save those 5 guys. If you build something like this and you save only one person, it's worth it. Saving hundreds, though, it's a pretty special thing. You know what I mean?
It's powerful, man. It's powerful.